In 1816, France was in chaos. Napoleon had fallen, and the country was drifting in uncertainty. Amid the disorder, a nobleman with no sailing experience was appointed captain of the Navy frigate Medusa, purely through political favoritism. During the voyage, he made a disastrous decision. The ship ran aground on a reef in the middle of the Atlantic and began to sink. There weren't enough lifeboats. 147 passengers and crew were forced onto a makeshift raft, hastily constructed from broken timbers. No rudder. No navigation. Just wind and waves pushing them aimlessly into the sea. Within days, the food and water were gone. Exhausted, delirious, and desperate, they crossed a line no one ever imagines they could. They began to eat the bodies of the dead. 13 days later, only 15 survived. Their story stunned the nation. But the greater horror wasn't just what happened on that raft. It was that the tragedy had been entirely preventable. A catastrophe caused by political negligence and sheer incompetence. One young painter, Théodore Géricault, was outraged. He made a decision: he would tell this story through paint. He spoke with survivors, studied corpses in hospital morgues, built scale models of the raft, and analyzed the movement of light across the ocean. For over a year, he obsessed over every detail. Until he finally unveiled a canvas nearly 7 meters wide. But this painting is not simply a record of disaster. It's a visual narrative, every figure and composition loaded with meaning. At the base of the raft lie lifeless bodies, sprawled in surrender. Above them, others rise, barely, reaching out, eyes fixed on the horizon. They are still clinging to life. At the very top stands a black man, waving a torn cloth toward a distant ship. He alone reaches upward, a beacon of hope. Gericault placed him at the highest point, not by accident. In a time when black figures were often erased or degraded, he painted this man as a symbol of strength, of resilience, of salvation. The sky is dark. The sea is brutal. And far on the edge of the canvas, a rescue ship appears, tiny, distant, unreachable. Hope is there, but barely. Below, the dead remain. Twisted limbs. Sunken faces. Cold flesh. Gericault didn't flinch. He demanded that we look. No idealization, no myth. Just the truth of suffering. This painting shattered classical ideals. And redefined what art could be. It forced us to confront pain, injustice, and what it means to survive. It became nothing less than a declaration of Romanticism. At the lowest depths of the human condition. What would you hold on to?